Section 8 podcast and rocking with your boy Philly Boy Butterball.
Your girl Philly Joan Quilly.
Hey, listen, we got one of Philly's finest, a phenomenal rap artist, and y'all in for a ride. You feel me?
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Yeah.
Who are you?
Man, that's a crazy question in the whole, but I'm a young artist out of Philadelphia. You feel me? Still got one foot in, one foot out, you know, street dude.
Okay.
But definitely a businessman.
Absolutely.
100%. I'm Jamaican, first and foremost.
Okay.
I was born here in America, but I'm people that come from Jamaica, so I've been going to Jamaica every year of my life since I was born.
Okay.
So I'm Jamaican. I lived in Africa at one point.
Really?
Wow.
How long did you live in Africa? I'm sorry, I mean that.
I stayed in Africa for almost 2 years.
Really?
What part?
Ghana.
And
Wow.
what was your experience?
It was great. I went to international school there. Before I went to Africa, I was in London, and then I went to Africa.
Okay.
And my dad was over there. I got 17 siblings over there.
Wow. Wow. So you know he definitely well traveled.
Yes.
So that's something that we just learned.
The first question I want to ask you is, which we already know, Shotta is a name that you go by. But why did you pick Shotta?
I picked the name Shotta. Everyone always knew me by the name KT, by the way. We're from Uptown Philly. Everybody knew me by the name KT. I was under a little deal where it was a group deal with my friends, me and a few friends. And we got a deal with an entertainment lawyer. It didn't work out on our behalf. We didn't really want it anymore because of how the deals come. We don't want it no more.
Okay.
So we worked out something where he's able to cut us out of it, and we was able to cut free from it. But I still didn't want that name anymore. So I went with what everybody always say I look like every time I step out. You look like one of the Shottas.
Yeah.
You feel me? And the energy I carry, being one of the Shottas,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting about that? That it's a lot of people that can relate to that.
Yeah.
That have been in deals that they weren't comfortable with.
Right.
Right. So how long were you in that deal? How long were y'all in that deal?
Man, I would say I was in that deal for about 2 years before I was like, man, I don't want to be in this deal anymore. Then it was a year after until we were finally able to get cut free from the deal.
Yeah.
There's all this ring around the rosies, rigmaroles, talking about I still want to work with you guys. I still want to work with you. It was like, I don't want to do this no more with you. You feel me?
Yeah.
You gypped us from the get-go. Our time is up. You say we don't have to be under contract with you anymore.
Right.
Free me up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's something like with NWA with Helen Keller.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That was a situation that a lot of people went through after they went through their situation.
I've been offered contracts since I was little. Like when I was living in Florida, I just got Sugar D driving me all the way from Florida all the way to Atlanta to record in major studios. Trying to lock me in with him and all that.
Right.
That's when I was younger. I was about 14, 15.
And that's what I was getting ready to ask. I was getting ready to ask for you to tell the viewers, how old were you? And you said you were 14?
14, 15.
14, 15 years old.
Yeah,
so you've been in it for some time. How old are you now?
I'm 35.
35 years old.
Right.
So let me express this. His music is something that I can't even compare to other artists. Well, what you gonna say?
No, I was going to say I can.
Yeah.
His music is pain.
Yeah.
His music is pain, and pain is strength.
Absolutely.
And you hear that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can identify.
Like you have your own. Like I told you before. Like I'm a critic. I'm a music critic.
Right.
And it's hard for me to give people props. You gotta say something.
Right.
You gotta make me feel something.
Right.
You gotta have.
And that's that feeling.
Yeah. You gotta have metaphors.
Right.
Right. You gotta know how to ride a beat. Properly. You gotta make me
say run that
question
again.
Absolutely. and think about what it is that you said. Then what did he say?
Right.
And this is what I get from Shotta music. You feel me? So I wanted to give the viewers that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but just like what he was saying, where he can't compare me to any other artist.
Right.
I spent years trying to build my own sound.
Yeah.
Trying to be like me, be like no one else. And I done had to switch up my sound so many times because people caught on to my shit and started biting.
Wow.
So speaking of sound, right?
Yeah.
And having to change your sound, what does music mean to you?
Man, music is pretty much everything to me because that's really my only way out. I was raised by my grandparents, right? My dad was a Shotta out here, a real Shotta out here in Philadelphia. He don't wind up getting in trouble, getting on the most wanted list, having to go on the run and all that. So I was raised by my grandparents, but my grandpa always had a trade. Always trying to put me in a trade and all that. So I'm real good with my hands. I played every sport coming up. Every single sport, but there's nothing I know how to do like music. You feel me?
Okay.
When it comes down, yeah, like I'll drop everything in a second for music. You feel me? That's what music means.
Right. That's what moves you.
Yeah, because that's how I get to spread my message. I feel like I'm a messenger too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like I get a major calling on a regular.
Right.
I feel like I gotta spread it.
Right.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the things that I think Philly Joe Quilly and I talked about, that we wanted to have you on this platform, to I'm gonna say reintroduce you, to the world, to our viewers, is because of your ability to provide us such a powerful message through your music. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And at such a time where the art of really saying something has gotten lost, right. You still have that. So we wanted to be the first to introduce you on, Section 8 podcast. Absolutely.
We had it first.
Yeah, so
you heard it here first.
Absolutely.
Shotta was here first.
So although you've been doing music for some time now, you have a catalog, a pretty significant catalog. However, you still you have some new music that we want to be the ones that say we broke it to y'all. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure that after this interview, after y'all check out this interview, y'all make sure that y'all check out his music on YouTube,
all platforms,
Absolutely. all major platforms
under Blue Strip Shotta. Blue Strip is one word, Shotta is one word, SHOTTA.
Okay.
But what I forgot to tell my family is I'm working on my own genre of music right now also.
Oh, okay.
It's called Actual Facts, where it's biotechnology, science, which is biotechnology. We're putting brain-computer interfaces on people. You're able to see the words.
Wow.
You're spitting the visuals. You're spitting.
Wow.
It's coming up on the TV screen. Nobody's ever thought of that. So I'm working on my own genre of music. I'm studying biotechnology right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a street intelligent dude too.
Absolutely.
That's the best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
On both sides.
Yeah.
We got him.
Yeah.
Shotta, What and or who inspired you to do music?
I mean, tell the truth, it's me for the most part. But when I hear the kids hear my music and they like, "You famous yet? How come I don't hear your music on the radio yet?" and all that. And I'm like, damn, I really got it. Then you hear your family saying it, and you hear my family like y'all saying it.
Right.
You're like, damn, bro, you really got it. Like, why you not pushing your music? And it's
Right.
like, okay, that's what motivates me to keep doing music. To hear other people
say it's the push.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then I hear other people's music and say like, oh shit.
Absolutely.
Oh shit, this what they getting away with out here right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, that motivates
Right.
me.
All right. How long have you been doing music, and what drives you to stay in the industry, especially in these unprecedented times?
Man, I've been doing music for about 20 years now, 25 years now, my whole life.
Right.
What drives me to stay in the music is like I was telling you, that's really the only thing I know how to do. That's the only thing I want to do.
It moves you.
The only thing that moves me, like,
Right.
that's my only natural high.
Right.
If it ain't for music, I'll be out here chasing high. You feel me?
Yeah.
Music is my only natural.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This okay. We get ready to hit you. We get ready to hit you with this, right? If you had to describe your style and your sound, who would you say you sound like? Now listen, before you answer that question, I'll put you in the category of your own, but to give the viewers an idea, who would you say in the industry?
All right, check. May I go get an idea, you know? See? That's where it put me in a whole different category too. I'm a hip hop and reggae artist.
Okay.
So it would have to be like two different genres. I would have to say Vibes Cartel.
Okay.
Vibes Cartel.
Okay.
Them man that paved the way for youths like me, you know? So I love the man like Vibes Cartel. Shit, in the hip hop game, I'm big on Weezy.
Yeah.
Like that's who I came up listening to. That's who changed my whole aspect of the 1, 2, 3 hip hop and the ABC hip hop. He made me understand like, yo, your brain can go as far as you want it to go.
Okay.
Say what you want to say as long as it's making sense and you can decode it later.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And he put me on that freestyle. You feel me? I don't write nothing. I
You
write
freestyle everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay. Okay. So that probably answered my next question, because if you did make it to that point, would that be the person you would like to work with?
Yeah.
Okay,
A lot of new artists.
Yeah. Well, then I'm gonna ask you the question, and you just.
If you had to
answer.
choose, if
you were given the opportunity to work with any artist, who would it be in the world?
It would be Lil Wayne.
Okay.
It would be Lil Wayne and Vibes Cartel.
Okay. Lil Wayne and Vibes
I
Cartel.
heard it first.
Let's make that happen.
Lil Wayne and Vibes Cartel.
Let's go.
Actually, I would like to put y'all both on one track with me.
Absolutely.
The world's greatest.
Okay. So, Shotta, what is your ultimate goal when you reach superstar status?
To maintain, you know, to maintain my humbleness, maintain my structure, my discipline, but also bring more people up with me.
Okay.
When I get the superstar status, I would like to make sure my children are good, my wife is good,
Absolutely.
everyone around me is good, and then I can start building businesses and bringing more artists up with me. That's what I feel like is lacking in the game. These artists that
Not pulling their,
that are in the
Absolutely.
limelight aren't bringing up enough good talent with them. If you're not writing music for them and they're stealing your music,
Right.
or they're stealing your swag, or they don't want to bring you up with them.
But that's the
it's
reason
enough,
right there. They're not.
There's enough money out here for all of them.
True, but You know what? That's like me and you could be working together, right? And I'll work with you simply for the reason because I'm tapped and I'm tuned in because you're greedy, right? And I'll tap and work with you and play with you, but the whole time I am mocking your swag. Why help you? Why pull you up with me when I'm about to take your whole
I
situation?
understand her concept too. The game is a competition.
It is.
So
and if you're giving me something, I'm going to take it and run with it and leave you. I'm not going to bring you up with me because how would that look if I bring you up with me and I'm trying to do what you do? You're the only one that can do it as good as you do it. But the people won't know that. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's only...
Yeah.
Right. So
and you know, and you know, a lot of that Philly is big on not, you know, putting our, you know, brothers and sisters on, you know, in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So to speak about that'd be good. We need more individuals that, you know, become global, iconic, you know, artists to put other artists on and work with other artists, you know, from the city. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make that a thing because other cities do it. You feel what I'm saying?
And not to toot my own horn, I'm a big face in the city. Like everyone knows me. Like if you don't know my name, you know me because you've seen me outside.
Right.
So it shouldn't be no reason why the music isn't being pushed when it gets dropped, you know?
Okay, let me take it back because I forgot to ask. What part of the city do you represent?
We represent uptown to the fullest.
Okay.
All through Philadelphia, but Mount Airy uptown to the fullest.
Okay, uptown.
Okay.
Are you trying to get signed to a major label or are you going to stay independent?
I'm gonna be independent until the casket drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see why right now. I'm the one with the talent. I don't even want to get into that because it's gonna sound cocky and bullshit.
Yeah.
What you say to me all the time, it's the difference between confidence and confidence.
Right. I'm the one with the talent.
Right.
I'm the one with the artistry. I'm the one bringing my own fan base. What do I need a label for other than to split my check with?
Right.
And there you have it.
Yeah, and I think in these days and times that more, you know, artists are going the independent route. You keeping control of their creative.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? And just like you said, why would I make a pie and give it to somebody for them to give me a piece of my own pie?
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, I learned that at a young age.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shotta.
What's that?
How did we meet? And what was your state of mind in that present time?
Okay, that's there. We got to go down through there.
Man.
Let's go.
Should I take the shades off for this?
You do whatever you feel free,
Actually,
brother.
I want. Hey, does anybody want this?
I'll take that.
I shouldn't even have that in my hand right now.
Let's go, man.
You feel me? So, well, first and foremost, I would like to say bless these two right here. They are like a guardian angel for me. Like, I recently lost my mom, and I was going through it, and I'm not gonna make no excuses. You feel me? I got faded glory.
Right.
And I don't know what happened. One thing led to another. I woke up in the hospital. I get up and I get a phone call. I finally get back to my phone. I get a phone call. And it's like, yo, we found your car. We found your car. And I'm like, you found my car? I'm thinking somebody had to steal my car. I passed out in the car. I didn't even know what happened yet. You feel me? So I get from the hospital. They're like, I go find my wife. I get a phone call. And they're like, we got your car, your ID, and everything. And I'm like, what kind of superhero people? Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Philly? Hell no. So I'm like, what? So I hop in my folks' car and we drive around here. And lo and behold, do my family right here say, yo, we got your keys, we got your wallet, we found you unresponsive in the car,
Jewelry.
with your jewelry on,
yes,
everything, your bag, everything. Whatever was in the bag and all that.
we don't care. We just took it.
So they took everything from me and they called 911 for me. They sat there till 911 got there. Well, I'll let them tell that part.
Absolutely.
Can I? Because it's funny.
Yeah, I'll let them tell that part.
So Butterball is from the street, as Shotta. Us as women, we all emotional. So me and Shy had a long night. We coming home and we on what, Lehigh?
It was 27.
27th and Lehigh. So I'm driving, Shy on the passenger side, and I just see this car. It's just in the middle of the street. So
No, I was driving. I was driving. You was on the passenger seat.
Oh, you was? Right. So in Philly, when you see a car, it happens a lot. People stop, whatever, you go around. But when I went around, I immediately saw Shotta. He didn't look good. I thought he was dead. He wasn't moving, so I said, Shotta, stop. He was like, the streets, it's late. We going home, people fake like that. You go touch them and they wake up and shoot you, and they scared, they don't know where they are, which is correct. But me being who I am, I said, no, Shy. So I got out the passenger side seat, opened up his door slowly, and kind of waited to see if he jumped, and he didn't. So we calling him, and it was a card in his wallet, and the last name was Thompson. So that's what I started calling him. We hitting his chest and stuff, we trying to shake him, wake him up. I pulled up his shirt, we see a pulse or whatever, and Shy, he shaking him, calling his name. So these two individuals pulled up in this van, just out of nowhere, and they like, what's wrong with him? And we like, we don't know. We called the ambulance, we trying to figure it out. They pulls off. Next thing you know, while we working on them, they pull back up. They run over to him and get in the car, and they like, wait a minute, all right, hold up. They put the lidocaine up his nose once. We let him chill, we rubbing on him, you know what I mean? I'm still trying to find his information. Now the EMTs come. I ain't like their energy because, they always see this, but it's like judging a book by its cover.
Right.
You don't know this individual situation, just because you see him in this state, you talking about, people like him hurt. We wasn't trying to hear none of that. Your job is to get him and get him safe, right? So now when they pick him up out of the car onto the gurney, Shotta wakes up. And I got laugh, Shotta, because you was like, did I hit y'all? We was like, no, you good. You go to the hospital, we didn't even tell him we had his belongings because we didn't want them to be on some stuff like, well, give us his phone and all that. But we gave him his phone, we took everything else, we parked his car. When we woke up in the morning, we tried to call you guys, the hospital. Shy was on the phone with every day in the hospital in that area. And the other line, no. We went outside to the car. I said, I'm going to go to the car and I'm going to check in the car again to see if I see any numbers, anything. It was a no. It was from Shotta and his wife. You wrote the note?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna introduce her later, y'all. But she wrote the note, we called the number, and this is how, it was expressing to him the state that he was in. He really wasn't aware of what was going on. And it touched me because when the next day when they came back, him and his wife, she was pregnant, y'all. She's pregnant with a little boy, and that touched me and Shy. We had a long conversation about Shotta's, decisions and how we're hurt. You know how that go, y'all. Not to, he's a grown man, and we're not, scoring him or anything, but it affected us in a way. that, you know, we were willing to express to him the state that he was in and to, you know, never try not to be in that state again, because anything could have happened. Like he said, robbing, all of that could have happened.
Let me tell my perspective of it.
Yeah.
You know, all right, rolling up. You know, we in North Philly. We in the heart of North Philly, and I'm thinking, you know, as a street individual, you know, so Philly John Quilly, you know, see Shotta, you know, in the car sitting at the light, unresponsive. So she immediately say, let's pull over and help him. I was kind of hesitant, right? But she convinced me to, you know, come to his aid to check on him. So as we check on him, you know, I'm being cautious is because I can recognize, you know, he's a street individual. So, you know, we I'm checking on him, you know what I mean? You know, make sure he's still breathing, which he was.
Faint.
Yeah. And my thing was to secure his possessions. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, like, with him sitting out here like this, if I was someone who didn't have, was in a state of need, right?
This would be the perfect lick.
Yeah, it was a perfect lick at that time. So, you know, before we took any action, you know, to get him secured, you know, medically, we made sure that we got all of his possessions, you know, off on which he was pretty heavy. You understand what I'm saying? If y'all know the terms.
Right.
You know, this was my opportunity, man, to do the right thing, man, by, you know, our folk, man, when, you know, he wasn't able to, you know, do it himself.
Yes.
Doing the right thing when nobody ain't looking. We wasn't doing it for no praise.
Right.
We ain't no heroes, even though we could categorize it as that. But this is what we supposed to do. You understand what I'm saying? So we got his possession, secured it, made sure that, you know, he got the proper medical attention that he needed, the necessary numbers, you know, so when we did come into contact with him, we was able to turn over his possessions, and that's how we met. You understand what I'm saying? And we discovered that he is a great artist, a face of Philly. You know what I'm saying? And to speak, we had an individual with us that was trying to, take his possessions, but we wouldn't allow it to happen on our watch.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because we ain't that kind of people. You feel me? So just to give y'all a little bit of background about how we met, man, in our relationship.
And Shotta, I just want to say this, keep it in the other hand.
You guys are the most blessed.
It is a blessing to formally meet you.
Absolutely.
Be a fair baby. Please.
Absolutely.
Love on your wife and your children. And you got to be here. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have a gift. You tapping into it. Don't allow other people to tell you that you're great. Know you great. Feel you're great. If your music is your passion and that's a urge that you have, brother, run with it.
And let me say this. Let me speak about this. So after we finally got to meet, right, and talk with him, right, we were introduced to his music. And we were able to get an understanding of his state of mind through his music. And when I tell you, it's a powerful message that I think that, street individuals and individuals who ain't about that life can relate to and learn from and feel the music. I'm telling y'all, it's a
thing. It's a flex.
He makes some great music.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Shotta, if you were to give some advice to any up and coming artist, what would it be?
If I was to give, what's crazy is I thought about this question the other day and I had the best answer for it, and I couldn't tell you what I thought that other day. But my advice to other artists would be invest in yourself.
Yeah.
In a whole. Invest in yourself in a whole. Don't always look for a person to be like, yo, I'm gonna pay half of your studio time. Don't always look for a person to be like, yo, I'm gonna help you promote it. I'm gonna go invest in yourself. So that way, because relationships do hit the fan sometimes.
Yeah.
And when relationships hit the fan, you can't get caught saying, oh, nigga, I'm the one who made you. I did this for you. I did that. Even if a person did invested in you, he ain't make shit. You feel
You made you.
You made you.
Absolutely.
But when you invest in yourself, can't nobody even think to call you and say no shit.
I know that's right.
You know? And you feel better about yourself. When all your money gone, you'll be able to look and say, yeah, I invested in myself. That's where my money went, to my music.
Okay. What is your niche outside of music and your everyday routines?
I like water.
Yeah. Yeah, water's essential.
Yeah.
Water's essential to the human body. You hear me?
And water is essential.
Absolutely.
I like water. So anything to do with water sports, taking a shower, all types of shit.
These are the shower, yes.
It's about to be summertime. Taking a shower is essential, guys. You feel me? Then riding dirt bikes, 4-wheelers.
Okay.
That's my twist. Gun range and what's that? Paintball.
Okay.
And amusement parks.
Yeah, absolutely. We gotta go paintball one day.
We gotta go paintball.
Yeah. Outside of music, who are you?
Outside of music, I'm a family man. For real. I never thought I would say this, but I'm honestly a family man. You feel me? Outside of music, I got children. I got a wife. And I got my children's mothers there, you know?
Yeah.
Has to keep your other offspring on the straight and narrow.
Well,
Yeah. Shout out to your wife, man.
Yes,
She's a backbone.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know?
I got you.
Yeah. What is the most interesting thing that you want the world to know about you?
Is that is more to me than what meets the eye.
Where did that come from? That saying.
Swear to God, I don't know where this saying can't come from. I don't know where that saying
Transformers.
When you asked that, I just
thought of it. It came to
the top of my brain.
Yeah.
It just came to my brain.
Yeah. It's the cartoon, the Transformers. More than meets the eyes.
Oh, that's what that.
Remember?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Are you familiar with the Transformers? Really?
Yeah.
When you go home, Google it, look at it. It's a show. Transformers robots. They big, dumb.
And because of the transforming, right, is more that meets the eye. It's because you will see them in the form of a truck, a car, a bike, but they transform into other entities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But this is my favorite part, y'all. We would like to introduce Shotta's new addition to the family. This is little Shotta Jr., Kyrie Jr. He's so adorable, y'all. Come on, wifey, come say hi to the camera.
His wife in the building, man. She
been over here, you know what I'm saying, maintaining the young.
Yeah. We talking about holding
Tell them
it
your
down.
name.
I'm Kita.
It's Keita, y'all. Look at little Kyrie, y'all. Look at him. Take him up to the camera so they can see him.
Yeah.
Look, he's smiling.
Yeah, this is what
Yeah,
Section 8
child.
about. This is what it's all about. Look at
Hey,
this.
family is beautiful, y'all. Look at him. Say, hey, man.
Oh,
Hi.
man. This is what we do. This is what it's all about.
Yes,
This is
yes.
what it's all about at the beginning of the day.
Hey, Bubba.
Not the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? So we could be all the gangster we want to be, man. But at the end of the day, man, if you ain't going back to a family, you ain't doing it for a family, man. What are you doing it for?
Well, you are doing it for your family. But while doing it for your family, I just feel, sometimes just be mindful of the decisions that you make, because if something do happen to you, what we left with. You understand what I'm saying? We love hard. Right. Gotta stay here, gotta be around.
Absolutely.
For yourself. If you ain't doing it for yourself, then it's a task on your family.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Hey, this concludes part 1 of the interview with Shotta. Right? So, on the out tip, we want to introduce y'all to, one of his songs called Obligation.
Nation.
And there's a whole lot of shots.
Listen, because this what I want. I don't like to just talk. I want y'all to hear it for yourself, so y'all think there's no capping when we tell y'all like he's the real deal.
There's a whole lot of shot of shit going on.
It's a whole lot of shot of shit going on. You hear me? Absolutely.
They don't know what I've been through. I'm in the booth right now. I got Zay and I got King too. They the reason why I hustle every day like the rent due. You feel like obligated, I ain't got no obligation to you. I'm only obligated to you, to you. I know you're not my baby, but I don't owe you nothing, baby. I'm only doing for my sons right now, cause you bitches drive me crazy. You never held me up when I was down. You stand there and tried to blame me. And you know my pride big, so big. Only cry when it's raining. But I smile through the pain thing. Especially when the cameras are rolling and people are watching. I bet you didn't know I suffer from depression.
Real shit.
That's why having my 2 little boys with me is a blessing. I remember when a nigga used to love perks. That's when I found out that love hurts. And then I had Zay one day and I found out that love works. That's why I cried when your mama tried to take you from me. It's like, why do everything I love is always taken from me? I don't want this one no more. Somebody come and please take it from me.
Whoa.
Until I had King one day, that's when he remade it for me. 24 carats, go play to tell you what I've been through. I'm in the booth right now. I got Zay and I got King too. They the reason why I hustle every day like the rent due. You feel like obligated, I ain't got no obligation to you. I'm only obligated to you, to you. Why you think I'm so cautious? No, I gotta make it back home. I never put my trust in the mankind. Put my trust in my chrome. Clock 17 underage. Clip 33 full grown. I dare you try to take what I made. You won't feel like E.T. and fall home. When I unfold the Caltech, I'ma hit him even if he go long. No touchdown. That's an interception, what now? Where I'm at, 4th and 1. My quarterback finna run. Blue strip, we the ones. I put that on sons. I'm in here with both of them.
Bootstrap is the one.
Shit.
They don't know what I've been through. I'm in the booth right now. I got Zayd and I got King too. Oh, they the reason why I hustle every day like the brand new. You feeling obligated? I ain't got no obligation to you. Oh, obligated to you, to you.
Y'all heard it here, but y'all heard it. What we talking about? You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what we've been through.
Yes.
You heard it here first, man. Shotta, man. Section 8 podcast, man. Absolutely. It don't get no realer than this. Philly boy, Butterball, Philly Joe Quilly. Shotta, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You already know.
You already know.
Yes.